Welcome back to Rinoa Reviews, and welcome to day 6 of Mortal Kombat! Dun 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 week. Insert characters into already established franchises almost never work. I joked about Shujinko and Taven a little bit in my last review, but who knows what I've read on the newest MK movie can promise, so here's my review of the 2021 live-action Mortal Kombat movie. Tales as old as early Mortal Kombat time as we see the family Hasashi. It's getting to be the Mortal Kombat version of Peter Parker losing Uncle Ben at this point. And this was twice in 2 years for Mortal Kombat. Hanzo with a dragon, but not the Mortal Kombat one, and sure enough, someone gets stabbed, and I assume Bihan arrives at Haramus to say, "I still see you." Hanzo arrives to see them as a grisly ice sculpture. Hanzo's sword in hand cuts him down. Even works in the kunai with rope already for more. Hanzo already is aware of Bihan. Perhaps they were rivals before all of this. Hanzo scars up Bihan, so Hanzo gets stabbed. Hanzo has a stab of his own in. They fight for a bit longer until Bihan gets the kill. During all this, the mother hid the baby she had under her house to protect it. Hanzo is awakened by the baby's cries as post-mutilation and is just desperately crawling towards the cries, but drops as fire curls up around Hanzo and he burns away. Bazam! Lord Raiden arrives to see this ash that was left behind. He also hears the baby's cries, finds it, and lightnings away with it. Didn't I just see this happen to Liu Kang last episode? Anyway, title drop! Once again, Earthrealm one loss away from Outworld invading. The opening text after the title drop says as such, and also says an ancient prophecy foretells a group of champions who will be united by the rise of Hanzo Hasashi's blood. I guess that's our backstory for Agra's all get-out in cage fights. Cole Young. MMA fights in our Mortal Kombat. I feel if they ever decided to bring back Cobra, which they never will, he'd fight more like that. So yeah, aggro, but woefully inexperienced. He gets taken over after being battered and spewing blood by his opponent for this little quick MMA fight. He's forced to tap out. Cut to Outworld. Bihan now part ninja, part chain metal with, I assume, Shang Tsung, who's looking a bit like an armored-up Rain from Big Trouble in Little China. He fears the prophecy to undo him and sends Bihan, who now refers to himself as Sub-Zero, to go to Earthrealm and kill the champions before they even fight in the actual tournament. Dudu shows up, who watched the fight. He refers to himself as Jax. Y'all do know that's short for Jackson Briggs, right? You don't have to keep going. Jax recognizes, now to get a closer look, is the Mortal Kombat dragon symbol. Cole has it on his chest. So we're back to the tattoos thing. They don't leave, I don't think, though. Jack's watching Cole and his family as it starts to snow. Oh, that can't be good. Sure enough, Sub-Zero's here to fuck shit up. He makes it rain ice. Like, you wanted a powerful Cryomancer on full display? Well, here it is. Jax gets them all in his van. Cole, and the family he's staying with, I think, gets him from the van and escapes. Reveals he's got the same tattoo. Says, it's no birthmark. It's a sign you've been chosen to fight. As long as you get that tattoo, Sub-Zero and those like him will come for you. Jax, with big gun in hand, tells Cole, take this van to Gary, Indiana. Find Sonya Blade. Jack's about to lose his arms again, isn't he? Cool effect of Sub freezing the explosion from Jax's gun, so now it's hand-to-hand as... Yep, I guessed it. Jax loses his arms, and this time no metal comeback. Just death from blood lots and hypothermia. Cole says he's got to go this alone so his family stays safe. Can't drag him along with his road trip to find Sonya. As Melina tells Shang Tsung, Sub downed another and to be wary of Raiden. Shang says, you let me worry about that. We didn't win 9 straight tournaments by following the rules of Mortal Kombat. Dispatch the reptilian Sizoth. Is that Reptile's government name? Or Khan's guess, since he is the government, so to speak, of Outworld. Yeah, he's got a name. He's just been Reptile for how many games? Put some respect on this movie for that, I guess. I hope he shows up like he looked in MK4. That was always my favorite design. Anyways, it's Sonya that finds Cole while snooping about the place. Of all callbacks, Sonya explains the Jax fought against someone using superhuman abilities and got the dragon tattoo transferred over to him when he won. Okay, so we are doing removable tattoos. Sonya, like that Charlie Day meme, trying to piece together. Apparently this has been going on for centuries. Cole looking through all the evidence. Sonya's gathered up all conspiracy buff style. One picture of an article of the Matoka Warrior. And a very familiar looking one at that. And we get our everyman joke I should have seen coming when he sees a pic stating Mortal Kombat. Just in blood, just the words Mortal Kombat. He's all, you made that last part up, right? Combat isn't even spelled right. Tells him it's for real and notices a picture of Hanzo that sets off another weird flashback of him surrounded by red lightning. Sonya's even got a captive, and with both eyes even, Kano. Not used to seeing that, but he's still Black Dragon and Aussie, and he's got a dragon tat by slitting the Chosen's throat. Kano gets it bad when the invisible enemy shows up, but he sees its mouth dropping acid, so he uses that to break free and actually help? Wow. Reptile is just that, post MK3, just doing no good for humanoid reptile. Yeah. Just a big old crocagator. He arrives to trip everyone and gets callback fatalities when Kano punches in through Reptile to take his heart out. Kano wins. Indeed. His face took a mean claw from that fight, so eye damaged but still intact. But apparently he knows where Raiden's temple is via all the gun running he's done as a Black Dragon merc. So Sonya's got to make a deal with Kano to have him take her there and Cole for 2 mil. Kano says 3, and I'll keep whatever we find in the temple. This movie's on a roller coaster of down and up moments. Giving me Reptile, but like he's just a big old crocagator. But a lot more Aussie Kano. I'm like, yay! The 3 airdrop far outside where the temple should probably be. They get tired of Kano calling all the shots and taking too many breaks. Cole wants the GPS instead. Sonya snatches it. Kano takes this as the figure Sonya's jealous because she doesn't have a dragon tattoo. Oh, foreshadowing. Even goes so far to tempt Sonya to kill him to get one. She refuses and they start walking. They meet a man looking like Streets of Rage Shiva. Throw some fire at Kano's way. 42 minutes of movie, we finally get Liu Kang. Kano's all, holy shit, you can throw fire? Well, I get superpowers later too. Liu takes him into the empty cave structure that's half temple. Little column combi. Saying they're going to trade here for the tournament. Opens up to a hall of all the goings on. Tapestries of Goro, Tobin and Dagon's mom and dad, Shao Kahn looking sick. Please tell me he shows up in this movie. I need to see more of that armor. Even a mural of Buhan's attack on Hanzo. Liu wants total focus from these guys. He and the monks at the temple even find Jax. Oh hey, he's okay. His wounds cauterized by the ice, so the temple's gonna give Jax metal arms? Some way? This Raiden comes up. Ooh, he's more like MK1 Raiden or Dark Raiden. Not one for chit-chat. This is what I have to work with. Cole's not mentally prepared. Sonya's no dragon. Kano's powerless. Of course, Cole didn't come all this way just to turn back now. Oh shit, Sub-Zero's here. Thankfully, Kung Lao arrives to kick some ass. Oh, he looks good too. But Sub's not alone. Enter Melina and Shang. The latter cares not for conflict outside the tournament. Raiden giving a non-written warning for the baddies. Shang's like, alright, we'll back off for now. These parlor tricks of yours won't hold us forever. So now our heroes and Kano really need to get the training on. Liu says their powers manifest as arcana from the tattoo, which means, holy shit, Jax is gonna grow his own metal arms. I can't wait to see that shit. Make your way to the fighting pit, except for Sonya. No tat, no arcana. Liu and Lao make her feel kind of pointless as she's back to see Jax has indeed new metal skeleton arms. I wrote them off the movie and they just slapped me in the face with this awesome revelation. Cole fights Kung Lao, who does alright until the hat comes into play. Talent only gets you so far in MK. You gotta deal with the bullshit AI. Oh, you meant in this plot. Right, okay. Liu is jacked, and again, I'm just keep being reminded of Shiva from Streets of Rage. He had a kind of fire in some of his attacks, too, just saying. Get this guy again if you want to do a live Streets of Rage movie someday. He takes on Kano, who gets whooped easily. He just does the basic strategy of spamming sweeps. And then after that, while he heals Cole's hat wound, Liu mentions, "Like you, I was once astray. A master named Bo Raicho came to help from being near death. He brought me to the Wuxi Academy. There I found purpose. I found Kung Lao and Raiden. I was given the name of a man who was a purveyor of rare things, in this case, children. So I took him down and took his dragon tattoo in doing so." Jack's having trouble with his whittle metal arms. They're still just all skeleton. Sonya pep talks him to stepping up. Over dinner, Liu and Lao lay verbally into Kano big time, enough to warrant Kano actually getting angry enough to fire a laser beam from his claw-marked eye. Oh, dude just gets his powers. Now he just needs to learn to turn into a ball and blanka his ass across the screen. Cole's mad he can't achieve this and gets told by Raiden, "Your mark comes from your Hisashi bloodline." So he's probably born with it, not have it took. He figured, unless Hanzo dying means it transfers to him. But Raiden figures, that should be enough for you to achieve this power. But no, Raiden's like, "You want to go home? Here." Opens up a means for Cole to just bail, and he does so. Wow. Little bitch. Meanwhile, Outworld's gathering Nitara, Cabal, Reiko at Shao Kahn's hammer, but looking a bit like a green, balding Kotal Khan, so he's ripping off 2 Khans for the price of one in this movie. This fucking guy. Cabal knows Kano as well, so his mask is back to being a breathing apparatus instead of just for show, like in MK11. Where in that game he's just hook swords and bullshit levels of fast. Well, he's always been hook swords and bullshit levels of fast. Wasn't he like top tier at MK3 vanilla? Faraway door opens up for a slight glimpse of Prince Goro. Shang greets him. Cabal shows on Earth to taunt Kano into doing Kano shit and selling out to make more money than he could probably count by siding with the villains, and that's for Kano to laser eye the barrier down, so Shang and his men do arrive. I'd put in the heel turn bit, but come on, Kano's gonna Kano. He wasn't exactly face to begin with, he was more tweener. Fuck it. Heel turn. Oh shit, Goro's on Earth, sent to kill Cole, looking like the not-so-jolly green giant. Dude's like an orc-colored Shokan. Sonya takes a beating from Melina. She smells, oh, she's not chosen. So now she leaves Sonya feeling like nothing. Damn. Sonya getting piled on in this movie. Kano obliges to finish her off, though. Cabal fights Liu with his usual speed and hook sortery. Kung Lao with the brass to toss that hat at Shang's ass. He dodges and sends Nitara to deal with him, thinking he's beneath his notice. "Get him, my pretty," and maybe not those exact words. Lao can sense her stealthily trying to approach. He catches a ride and forces her wings to hold enough to glide headfirst into Lao's spinning hat, who has since moved from that wall to the ground. Motherfucker's got mind hat, like metal kinesis or something, so yeah. Kung Lao gets our first big kill of the heroes. Beneath your notice now there, Shang? Mrs. Cole draws first blood on orc-flavored Goro, lasts as long as you might expect. Cole activates his body armor, whatever, arcana. So he's a Ronin warrior now, well, the sub-armor at least. Takes a beating, but this gives him the power to take said beating from giant-ass Goro. Also summons metal tonfas. They're bladed too, so Cole makes Goro into cold cuts. So yeah, his family in danger was the catalyst, and now he's gotta go back. Jax gets laid low by Reiko, who gets up and wheels himself the sickest of metal arms. Oh, it's so beautiful. And saves Sonya. Raiden, with no words, opens up the way for Cole to rejoin the fight. Kung helps Cole from an attack from behind, who gets soul-sucked by Shang Tsung as the heroes are all teleported away. They're off in some void between realms, so Cole can get to Hanzo Hasashi's kunai. Cole's plan is, we split up their numbers and fight them one-on-one. Fight smarter, not harder. Now we get Jax versus Reiko too. Sonya gets a measure of revenge on Kano, who just left her buried under a rock, I guess, with his laser eye. Some of those fights moved so quick I barely had time to cover some of it. Liu and Cole take on Cabal and Mileena, saving Sub-Zero for last as the whole team. Reiko just big dude with a hammer, but Metal Arms got this as another callback fatality. 2 metal fists meets 1 skull, pow! Like a melon, down goes Reiko. Sonya using subterfuge and staying away from that laser eye. They're fighting more brutal than fancily choreographed. I mean, they're all kind of brutal, but still, like, kung fu aspect of it and all, but then just Sonya and Kano just more of a fight for survival. Apparently some aerosol can short out Kano's eye. I didn't really quite catch what this was. Later finding something in their tussle to stab said eye with, and boom bam, Sonya gets tatted. Liu getting cut up by these hook swords now, but he's got the environment kill of knocking Cabal with a bicycle kick into some tar or some type of flammable substance to call up a fire dragon and melt his ass. Mileena gets like 1 teleport kick with the purple portal like she's Nightcrawler. She gets out the full slasher smile once, and Sonya's got to save Cole's ass with her sonic rings. So even with the armor, you're taking L's. But Sonya, damn, her learn time was like seconds on that shit. Execution time, too. Sub-Zero's got Cole's family, so he taunts him and has him trail Sub-Zero, whose ice can freeze that armor. He tries the kunai, which starts to burn. Guess who's back from the Netherrealm? Get over here! So that's 3 times now Cole gets saved. But this is so Sub and Scorpion get their really awesome fight. Like Sub-drawn blood from Hanzo, freezes it in midair to make a stabbing weapon with it, and nearly guts him. Settling for throwing him through a wall of ice. It took almost an hour and a half of movie to get to the best fight, but if you're gonna leave on the movie with that, hey, more power to you. But Cole's gotta jump in to whoop on Subby 2-on-1. So now Cole can beat down Sub a bit till Scorpion gets out of his frozen state. Even almost beaten, Sub dodges a spear, only for Cole to, like, snatch it mid-flight and pew, make its mark. Scorp says, "You wanted to condemn me to the fires of hell. Instead, I learned to control them." Brah! Dusty! Hanzo's mostly human face crackling and burning away to reveal 80% skeleton. Tells Cole, "I'm freed from my revenge or whatever. Protect the Hisashi bloodline." I guess it's so many words like, "Get good, scrub." Even makes it in time to save his family. Raiden brings all the forces in on this ice domain just in time for Raiden and Shang to square off. Shang says, "You killed my warriors and think you've won? Death is only another portal. Next time I see you, I will not bring fighters. I will bring armies." Raiden just zaps him away mid-speech, and we get 2 movies in a row with Raiden telling him, "You talk too much." Raiden will assemble a new list of champions. It's up to the other heroes to find them. Cole, back in the slums of the fighting ring, tells the ref that thought nothing of Cole in the beginning that he's headed for Hollywood. We got a sequel main character Johnny Cage to be the one to take down Shao Kahn in his badass armor? Hell, Shang still lives. Could have him be the final boss again and then just go trilogy. Save Shao Kahn for the 3rd movie. But that's the 2021 Mortal Kombat movie. Best character? Kano. The cause of and solution to all of the shit that goes down. Mostly the latter. This movie almost had me convinced that Kano might actually stay face. Like leading up to maybe fight against Cabal, but no, the turn comes in because Kano's gotta do whatever to get paid, as Kano does. They saw how great first live-action movie Kano was and gave this new Kano almost full reign. More screen time than Liu Kang of all people, if you can believe that. It's astonishing to be thinking about, which only helps to make Sonya's second choice for me in direct correlation in contrast to Kano from the get-go. It's like the Loki effect up in here, Kano almost stealing the whole damn movie. Worst character? Cole Young, yeah, 3 times total. You need backup, like I said. Insert characters almost never, ever work in established media. It's hard enough for video games themselves, let alone movies or television shows based on them, to put a new character in and have them take the reins. Yet they keep trying this formula. Darkstalker, Sonic X, Beautiful Joe. Second choice for worst is just Natara get jobbed out super hard. Power on? Asian actors for your Asian characters. Liu Kang, played by an Asian. Kung Lao, Shang Tsung, Raiden. Liu Kang a little less leading man than a Robin Shu, but I'll be damned if I think any less of this new Kang. Like I said, he's built like Shiva. He just looks cool. And I yelled at my TV in hype when Fully Metal Arms Jax first showed. They did the Metal Arms justice in a way I didn't expect with the Arcana business. And the fight with just Sub and Scorpion needs all eyes on that shit. Power Off is just... I've always had a soft spot for Reptile from early on till 4. I even like his goofy design from Deadly Alliance to a degree and just Dumb Lizardman. He gets a new name and it's just kind of wasted a little bit here. I might be reaching when I say a bit. But yeah, other than a nitpick here or there, this movie's awesome. 55 on Rotten Tomatoes, so just below a passing grade. If it wasn't for Cole Young, I think you would just kept it to the characters in the game already established. You might have gotten over 60%, which for video game movies on Rotten Tomatoes might as well be an 80. Fans were up high on the movie regardless, winning 86%. I still say the 90s MK live-action movie is best, but I think this is the Deadpool effect for this movie. Because that movie really showcased R-rated content, comic book, or like fantasy in origin can make a lot of box office bank. I tried my damnedest to find, because to finish off Mortal Kombat week, I need to roll back in time for something that needs to be reviewed to be believed. It's the early VHS-only Mortal Kombat movie, which I could not find. It only exists with someone else doing running commentary, so big ups to the YouTube channel of Red Biggin for at least making this exist in some form. A review alone will not do this justice. I'm doing it live. So join me, live commentary, as I lose my shit over... Seriously, I watched 30 minutes of them and decided, no, I gotta do it live. I can do it live. So join me for the finale of Mortal Kombat week with Mortal Kombat The Journey Begins. So until next time, take care, and yes, I do believe Shujinko is better than Cole Young. There, I said it. Now do as Damashi asks and hit those like and subscribe buttons. Anything you want to add there, Shujinko? Did you mention the bell notification? Ah, yeah, the bell thingy. Click that to stay updated. I don't self-promote usually. It's my one for the year. That they usually preface the video's content with that, not tack it on at the end like you did.